application today on the net happens to be search. People search for all sorts of weird things, okay? Whether you like it or not, they will search it, and what they get might be meaningful or not. But then the fact is people are used to searching, and in order to search, you need to have all the data for searching, which can be given to the people as it happens. The other kind of data that is really huge is your videos. YouTube in a quarter seems to be generating enough information or enough videos that TV channels have not been able to do in 20 years. Limited set, okay? So, but are the videos really useful? Let's not get there, but videos are getting generated. Then you have Facebook, which is kind of transitioned to the thing of it's a way of life, it's a culture, it's a country of which people are supposed to be citizens, and if you aren't, you are a homeless guy. How many times do you get a feeling, hey, do you watch your Facebook? Well, I don't, I'm sorry. No, you need to have Facebook, whether you like it or not. Okay, so it's become something like, it's a basic identity that you need to have. Twitter is another thing, right? Whether you need to have that to connect to people. Now, what it actually kind of also means is that whether you like it or not, there are so many people who are becoming a part of that huge amount of data that is needed. Okay. The other thing is, there's this cousin of mine, okay, he was trying to look at, he told us a story that he's looking to get married. Poor guy is 28, not get married. So his mother went to one of those community places where they give the astrology charts and they can find out the matching stuff. And then his friend responded, what's wrong with you? There's something called online sites where you can actually go and find out bride. So now he had to convert his biodata into a data in ones and zeros and then put it inside a data center. Then only he is considered an eligible bachelor. Okay? You want to get married without being online? Sure. And that too you're in IT? Sorry. You got disqualified. So the cultural, social things is also making whatever data normally you would not have online actually go inside those data centers. You have all these machines cranking out so much of information and processing them. BlueJean is supposed to be the fastest computer today, right? It's kind of mainframe. Single unit, not your cloud kind of stuff. But then actually, you know what's the most powerful thing? It actually it's called folding at home, and it resides in a small box, okay? And it's called a PlayStation. So whenever your PlayStation goes into a screensaver mode and it's connected to the net, it wakes up and there's a kind of processing that happens over there. The GPU which exists inside a PlayStation is far more powerful than the process that you find on your desktop. It's got so much of processing power. There have been comparison of how fast can a CPU work as compared to a human brain. Okay, human's brain is supposed to work at something in around hundreds of petaflops. Okay. We have made progresses such that we are at something close to 4 petaflops today. And I guess it's just a matter of time before we are going to exceed the CPU cycles of a man. And looks like man is not anymore interested in fighting with the computer anymore. The computation it does is too fast. There was this railroad guy, old, in 40s. He used to race with steam engines and say that, you know what, I can still run faster than a steam engine. He was competing with automation. Would anybody even think of running against a Silver Bullet or a TGV that runs in Europe? Forget it. Don't compete with automation. It's there for you to stay. So automation engulfs us. IT engulfs us in all possible ways of life. People just want to go use technology, shop around in sense of what are the possible technologies that's there, interact with people, learn from each other, and kind of whatever, love or sharing it, do whatever with that, and helps you do stuff. For example, let's take that there's this neighborhood musical teacher who wants to start a music class, okay? She can say, you know what, forget IT, I can actually do it better brick and mortar. But she would be much better off first getting a Twitter ID, making a Facebook page for her, and recording some of her lessons in YouTube and hosting it. And maybe she could actually offer some of the lessons through Skype or live meeting. Okay. That is something which I mean is embracing whatever is happening rather than competing with technology. Children want it. Like for example, there are new behaviors that starts happening because of the way technology is changing and even society as such is changing, right? So it's like you want to do something, there is, in the olden way you used to do it in particular manner, now you do it differently. For example, when I wanted to buy something, typically I used to ask my dad or somebody else, right? Today what do? You go to a site, you try to get the reviews. You read the reviews. And how many of you really have got the guts or conviction to go to a popular site, find out that of the articles that you see, the one that you like has got the lowermost rating, and still you will go ahead and buy it? Most probably not. You would be safer off buying what's there is the most proper or well-rated stuff. You like it or not, we are going that cheap way, and technology is actually enabling us to do it. To the extent that there are music companies which try to seed the popularity numbers, the ratings of certain tracks, which actually helps them quickly to get onto the top rated charts. Now, if you look at it in another way, right, what was IT actually helping people with? There's this Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm kind of looking at it, how it applies with technology is evolving. At some point of time, it was something about I needed an IT, so I need an identity, so I tried to use IT. But now it's more like, in order to show who I am, understand who I am itself, or make others understand who I am, I need to have IT enabling me. This guy is a researcher in Microsoft. He stays some 100 miles away from Redmond. And he stays in a place literally in a forest. The only connection to him is actually the internet connection that he has on the top of his big tower which connects him. Okay, the only life form he sees is bears and foxes. Now, there is this other radio, okay, which is operating out of New York. Can you actually find that radio? You switch on your FM radio and tune it? No, you won't. It is a radio which doesn't have a radio frequency. It has got an IP address. It's just there on the internet only. Imagine telling that to my dad. Okay, you have a radio which doesn't have a radio frequency. What? Okay, that's what the world is. And then they had invited a guy to come on that show to sing a song. He was a street singer. People liked his song. So the TV station actually presented him a mobile phone, okay, which had GPS. Now this guy has made a Facebook. He's added a widget. So he doesn't have a home, but you will know where he is. So his status updates him on where he is in New York at any point of time. So what this kind of does is it makes you do things which you normally would not do, technology. You get some ideas, you get some bullshit. You mix both of them. You get a lot of bullshit, and your internet and cloud services help you do much more of that. There was this guy who actually sold pixels on a particular page, and then he made millions out of it, right? Where is he? Why did people buy a pixel for $1,000? I don't get it. But, well, it worked. And the other thing that happens is, all of you must have seen the movie Avatar, where it shows that the fantasy of moving from body to body, you know, I think in Tamil they used to call kudu to kudupayar, the kind of thing. This actually showed it as a reality, but how long is it going to be before that can actually become a reality? I think it's not too far. Now, this was a demographic that Facebook had seen, and if you look at it, the pattern in which the communities are connected, maybe you would need to redefine the way how states are there. Why is that? Because actually you can address policies for how the communities are there together. And the other problem is something like this, right? When you have certain bad things you want to say or do, in a real world,